that great little number for the beach or the backyard. This one is so fabulous, and Mark is going to tell you all about it.
Hi, and then Becky's going to tell you the little food stuff we have here that she whipped up especially for you guys, okay? So my first question to all of you out there is, how many of you think that rosé is made out of white grapes? Put your hand down. How many of you out there think that rosé is made from red grapes? Okay, you're not supposed to give the answers away.
Oh.
Okay. Rosé, all rosé, is actually made from red grapes, where the grapes have been crushed, and the wine, the grape juice, otherwise known as must, is soaking on the skins of the red grapes so that the color seeps out from the red skins. Now, the intensity of the color depends on how long the winemaker wants to leave the red skins sitting in the grape must. A little bit of time means there's only a very pale color, and a lot more time means there's a deeper color. Now, some people also ask me, this wine here is kind of salmon color, and then other wine is pink. So what do you think, Becky? Here's your chance to shine. What do you think is the reason that we have salmon-colored wine versus pink wine?
Is it the grape variety?
Bingo! She's so smart. It's the grape variety. In this case, we have a Provençal rosé, so it's most likely Syrah that we're drinking here. This is a medium level color. Sometimes you can get a Provençal rosé that is almost water white, where you can barely see a color and you think maybe it's white wine. So this is a relatively pronounced color of salmon. So one of the things that we're going to do is tell you that rosé is never sweet. There's only two exceptions to the rule to that. One would be a Rosé d'Anjou and a Cabernet d'Anjou, both from France.
Both
they
delicious.
are slightly sweet. However, anything else that's called rosé and it's sweet is actually a blush wine. Okay, so this is what we need to do: is we need to taste this wine next. And then we're going to talk a little bit about the food. So what do you think, Becky?
I think the food that would go great with this nice little dry rosé is something that we have here. It's Asian inspired. And just before we get into the food, if you guys like this content, like and subscribe. Hit that button and hit the notification button so that you know when our next video comes out. If you have any questions about the wines that we're featuring or the foods, you can also go to our website, corksandscrewcaps.com, and you'll have our recipe for all of this goodness here. And so what we did is we tasted the wine and we ended up going to get some nice fresh sushi, which has avocado, it has salmon, it has tuna. We also have some manchego, we have some carrots, some sweet red pepper, we have some blood orange, cucumbers, rice crackers, and then we have miso yogurt dip for all of this. And then we have some wasabi peas, which I think that's gonna be a little too spicy for this wine, but it might be good on a hot day and just to break up, a little bit of your palate here too, and just kind of.
Besides, I thought they looked really nice. Yeah,
Okay.
That's why I put them on there.
So there you go. But we have this recipe. It's really quick. It's really easy. It's just sesame oil, Greek yogurt, and just a little bit of miso paste.
Right. So let's talk about what is going to pair good with this. Becky and I have tasted this, but we're going to taste it again just to refresh our memories, right?
Okay.
Okay. Here you go.
Cheers.
Cheers. Just as I remember it. So this wine, I'm going to say this is a medium wine. It has medium acidity, medium fresh flavors of strawberries. It does have a little bit of melon in there, though. Maybe honeydew melon or cantaloupe melon, which is not usually typical for Provençal rosé, but there's still quite a bit of fresh strawberry in here. It's also got a moderate length to it, but all in all, this is a very refreshing, beautiful little summer wine. It's a classic representation, and I'd say that this is a very nice little wine. It's only 12.5% alcohol, which a rosé should never be a high alcohol. And I think this goes for $13.99. And my personal rating on this would be an 8.5 out of 10. It's a nice little wine. The flavor falls a little short. The berry flavor isn't as strong, and I'd like just a touch more acidity to give it a 9 out of 10. But I think this is well worth the price, and it's very pleasant. So this price on this is $13.99, Becky, and I think that that's a fair price for this wine.
Yep.
So
I think that is a great price for this little beauty, especially if you're going to take it to somebody's house or if you're going to take it to a little excursion on the beach. So you can also get this little beauty at this cute little wine store at Summerlin Wine and Spirits on Myers Corners Road in Wappingers Falls, New York. So shout out to Summerlin Wine and Spirits. Whoop whoop.
Yep. And I'm going to just go over this food and wine pairing a little bit. What should you expect when you drink this wine with this food? Okay.
So
go ahead. What you're going to get with the manchego is you're going to get a very nice pairing with that. When we pair food and wine, we don't want the wine to overpower the food or the food to overpower the wine. We want to be able to taste both of these equally, hence the compliment, what Becky likes to call a handshake. Right. So that manchego is going to work very well. This sushi is going to work very well. We've got some oily fish in there, and this acidity is going to cleanse our palate, work beautifully. We've got the rice crackers, very simple. We've got the sweet carrots and the sweet red pepper, which are going to complement this fruity wine. This is a very dry wine, not at all sweet. It's going to complement that with a nice little dip in there. I just have to take a bite out of this. What can I say? I'm hungry.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm going to follow you.
Perfect.
I'm going to take that.
The only thing we might be off on here is these wasabi peas are going to be super hot.
Super spicy, just like
Yeah.
the wasabi.
Right.